Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I ran into a problem with the EF on Friday. I was going to work and I started it, got in the car, and I went to reverse out and my brakes didn't work. I put my foot on the pedal, on the brake pedal to take the handbrake off and put it in reverse. The brake pedal felt really hard. I thought, oh, maybe it's just cold. Maybe it'll soften up once I actually start moving. So I put it in reverse and I continued to go, and then yeah, it just didn't work, and the brakes did not work unless I actually stomped on the brakes. So I couldn't end up taking it to work, sadly, because I really wanted to, so I had to take the FG instead. So I was looking at it when I got home from work that afternoon, and I was looking at the brake cylinder, the brake master cylinder, and the brake booster and all that, and it turns out that the brake booster has a big crack in it. So now I have to replace that, which is fun. I'll just show you here. So as you can see, this is our brake booster, my brake cylinder, master cylinder here, and that's the booster there. If you look down here, just there's a massive crack in it, henceforth why my brakes aren't working. So yeah, today we're going to be changing that. I got a new one from my dad's mate. He has a lot of Falcon parts and stuff, so I went and got an XG one, which is actually made of metal. So I'm hoping that this one is going to last longer than the plastic one, even though the plastic one's lasted about 26 years. So yeah, let's get straight into this video, and yeah, so I'll be walking through how to do this. I think I'm going to need to bleed the system, which I've never done before, so we'll be getting some assistance off my dad for that. But yeah, trusty old Haynes manual here, as well as some Ford Forum stuff on my phone, which I'm currently filming off of because my camera's flat. So yeah, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to disconnect our vacuum line and all our electrical components. So we're going to be disconnecting this wire, the one down the bottom here, and just getting all that out of the way so we can just disconnect this off of it. So yeah, we'll get into that. So we've just got our pliers here, so we'll just reach in there. I don't know if they're going to be long enough. Don't know whether I'll need them. Not really. And we'll just slide that up. Okay. And then should be able to just maneuver that around a little bit. It's going to be a little bit difficult, so I'm going to stop recording just to pull it off now. Now we can move on to our clips. So this one here, 2 tabs on the side, comes straight off like that. All right, this one under here, this one should just pull straight out, just like that. Mine's got a broken clip on it, so that could also be something with it as well. Well, it made it so easy, but it just pulled out for me. All right, so now that we've got all these plugs cleared and stuff like that, we've got to be really careful not to damage or bend or kink these brake lines, because that's just going to create more of a mess, which we don't want. So we've got 2 bolts. We got one there, and one here. So I'll undo those 2 bolts, and that we'll be able to pull the master cylinder off the booster, and then we'll be able to start to remove the booster. Alrighty, so our next step here is remove the nuts, attaching the master cylinder. So these are just 12mm nuts. So I've got my 12mm socket here, and I'm just gonna be very careful because we don't want to snap any bolts or anything. But just very carefully, I'm going to use 2 hands for this. I couldn't get it undone with the small socket, so I've got my breaker bar here just to get them loose. Alrighty, so I got those loose. I had to use a spanner to get the bottom one because the rest of the master cylinder's in the way. As you can see, my little setup here. I wish I had a garage, but I don't yet. So for the bottom one, I'm going to use a 12mm ratchet spanner to get the bottom one out, and then I'm going to continue with my socket to get the top one out. And just keep undoing those. So I'll be with you in a minute. Bolt those nuts off. Here they are here. So I'm just going to keep all these together. Usually I just put them in my little socket, in the lid of my socket set. That's my little bolt holder. Right, so now that we've got that undone, we just want to carefully, gently slide that off. Just enough. There we go, just like that. And then we just want to let it kind of rest in a nice spot that it's not gonna like slide away or anything. So just like that. That's all good. I'm probably gonna need to get Aiden to come out and help me, just to support this while I pull this out. But for starters, let's go into the interior and we'll unbolt the brake booster. So again, you need to be like a gymnast to get under here. But if we look up here, there is the back of our brake booster up here. And that's our brake line, that's our brake switch, which that's gonna need to be unplugged. We need to undo the little spring and we need to undo the bolt. So I'm guessing that's one bolt there. And then there'll be a few others behind all this little carpet foam stuff. So this might take me a little while, but I'll try to film as much as I can. All right, so we're currently under here, so we've got to remove this brake light switch. Bring my arm under here. Right, there we go. So we got to remove this. We got to carefully remove this, like, because we don't want this to break, because this is our brake light switch. So, pretty sure that's, yeah, just lift that. And then slide that. Okay, there we go, sweet. Perfect. That's what we want to do there. And then we got to remove some, I'm guessing this retaining pin. Yeah, I'd say that'd be it. Yeah, because that's got to slide out. Yeah, so we've got to remove this bad boy here. Don't know how hard that's going to be, so yeah. Probably going to be a real pain, yeah. All right, so I'm going to get some tools and then we'll remove that one. Alrighty, so I got me tools. I got a little screwdriver and some pointer nose pliers. So we'll try the pointer nose pliers first. Thankfully, me recording on my phone makes me be able to seal this better. Just move my arm so I can get up there. Okay. Now what I'm going to try and do is that was kind of working. There's a better grip on it. That. No. Maybe I come in front of the clutch pedal. Just bear with me, I'll just see what I can do. There we go. Sweet, that worked a beauty. Perfect. Okay, that just fell down in my arm, so I'll get that out in a minute. Okay, so now we want to apparently just slide this out somehow. However this works. Oh yeah, like that. Perfect. Cool. Alright, so that's that. That was easier than I thought it was going to be. Alright, so now it's time to undo those bolts, which look like they're going to be a pain, but we'll see how we go. I'll pull this firewall down and see what we're dealing with. Okay, so there are all our bolts. So there's one there, so there's one there, and then one up there. So yeah, they to me look like they could be 13 mil or 12 mil. I think they're probably going to be 13. So yeah, I'll do a big quick sizing. 13 mil. I have to use a deep-ended socket because the threads are too long for my sockets. So I'll quickly chuck this on a ratchet and we'll get those. Alrighty, so I have this on a ratchet. I got 2 extensions on it just to make it easier so I'm not like sitting way underneath there. So I'll just quickly get these undone. Alrighty. So here are our bolts. I'll just get my arm up there. Yeah, that one's loose enough. Okay, there's one. Put that down there. This one now. Alrighty, so now that we've got that all undone, we should be able to go around to the front. We should be able to pull this out. So Yep, that's pretty loose. I'll go get Aiden so he can do some filming. Alright, so now I'm just going to pull it out. I've got to be really careful not to kink any of these brake lines here. So just gently moving that out of the way as I just pull this. This is going to require a lot of maneuvering. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to lift this up as much as I can. Just move the clutch pedal out of the way. Alright, there's a lot in the way here, but it's slowly coming out as it should, which is good. Rhyme not intentional. So it's really difficult to do, but there's so much stuff in the way. There we go. That's gonna be a big help. Just moving those out of the way. That's given us a lot more room to work with. Just like that. Okay, so now that we got that over there, I should be able to pull that out in a minute. I'm just going to rest this back down, clip it back in just to hold it. Let's move our accelerator and stuff out of the way. Oh man, that's worse than putting the extractors in. Alright, we got it. We got it. Alright, so here is our brake booster, and here is our beautiful, beautiful crack. Which is a bit of a pain, but...
Wow. So how does something like this happen?
I have no clue. It's 26 years old, so... Or 24 years old. Yeah, so I'm hoping the other one fits, because the other one does look a little bit different, but it should work. They're pretty much the same thing, it's just this has a different backing. So yeah, we'll come over to the other one now. Okay, so it is later in the day. The part didn't fit. It was the wrong one, even though the guy that I bought it from said it was the same. But clearly not. So tonight, I possibly am going to get another one. I've been talking to a guy on Facebook. He's got one that he said I could have $50. He's going to send me a photo in a little bit. Once I get the photo, I'll see if it's right or not. And if it's right, I'll go get it tonight. And then tomorrow afternoon, I'll be putting it on. So yeah, bit of a disappointment because I was really hoping to get the EF fixed today. And it was taking a lot quicker than I thought it was going to be. So I suppose when something takes a lot quicker than what it's supposed to be, you're going to run into a problem. So yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, I'll be filming, going to go pick up that part. So yeah. Really disappointed, but it is what it is. Okay, back from picking up the new part. We got it. I didn't video that because I completely forgot, because I was waiting on a reply. It's now like, when I was waiting it was like 7:30. No, not even that. It was like 5:30 that I was waiting for a reply. It's now 10:16 at night. And yeah. So late response, so I just completely forgot to record. I had Aiden come with me. So we got the part, it's exactly the same. This time I checked it against the other one. So tomorrow afternoon, when I go home from work, we'll be able to continue on with this video and put it in and hopefully get it fixed. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, welcome back to day number 2. Alright, so I got the new part last night, as I said in the previous scene. So now we're going to put it in. I'll show you the new part now. So here is our new part. We got the master cylinder with it this time as well, but we're not going to use that because then I'd have to bleed my lines and everything. So we're going to pull that one off, pull off the little vacuum line there, and then we'll be able to put it in. So yeah, I'll get to that. So there we go. So here's our new booster. So we'll be able to throw that one in now and start putting it back together. Alrighty, so here's our new booster. So we're going to chuck that one back in its spot where it belongs. So again, just being very careful. I clipped all these back up yesterday just to support it. So I'm just going to unclip these brake lines again. 1, 2, there we go. Alrighty, so now that that's that, we can tuck the booster down here like yesterday. Now again, this is going to take a lot of maneuvering to get in, and I think I've done that. Alright, so now that's in there, that is a big pain to get in because of this thing here. But now that that's in there, we can go around into the cabin and put all our bolts back in. Alrighty, so now that we've got our brake booster back in, if we look up there, we can see our bolts sticking through. So we'll go ahead and put our nuts back on those ones. So I'll start them off now and yeah, be with you. Alrighty, so we've got all those bolts on, they're not tightened yet. While I was at it, I just put the little pin back on the brake. Okay, so we can put our little sleeve back on there and our pin through and tighten all our bolts there. So I'm going to tighten the bolts first and then we'll put the sleeve and pin on. Alrighty, so those 3 bolts are done up now. Nice and tight, not too tight, but nice and tight. So now we can get our little sleeves right here and our little pin and our brake booster clip, which I just realized has to go on before the pins. So I'll go and get this one on now and then we'll put our pin and sleeve on. Alrighty, so our little brake light switch is on. There's a little plastic sleeve that goes on the little fork there. And it just sits in there just to make it fit nice and snug so it's not rattling around. And that just sits over in between the two. So now we can get our little rubber sleeve, which is that one there. And we can just slide that up onto our brake pedal, just like that, which gives us that little bit of space. And then we can get our little pin, the yellow one, and we can slide that on. I don't know how else it's going to go on one-handed, but we'll give it a shot. Alrighty, so I'm hoping that it's not too difficult, but I think it's going to be. Oh wait, no, there we go. There we go, that just slides on there, and that holds that in place. There we go. So now our brake is back on. So now we can get our little connector there and plug it back in. It will only go on one way, so you don't need to worry about which way to go, because it will only fit on one way. Clicked in, just like that. Now our brake's connected again. So now we can go over to the engine bay again and put our brake booster back on, or our brake master cylinder. Alrighty, so here we are at our master cylinder again, around the front. So that's on there, nice and snug, not moving. So now we just want to lift it nice and gently back onto our booster, like that. Okay, on nicely. Now we can get our 2 bolts and stick it on, sturdy. So now, next thing that we can do is we can get our vacuum line, and we can stick that one back on there, like that. And then we just bring our clamp over. Use my other hand, so I'm yeah, just like that. So that's clamped on there now. So now we can get our clips, and we clip that one back onto that, down there. You can't really see that one onto that. Like so. And then we get this one. So we click it onto that, like that. And that's it. That's all reconnected. So now we can make sure everything's clear of the engine bay and the pedals. I'll just clear out the floor here. Like that. Alrighty. So now we can start her up and hopefully my brake pedal works. Here we go. While I'm down here, I'll just quickly tug that back up so it's not in the way of the pedal. Okay, the brake pedal is soft and compressing. That's what we want. So yeah, I'll just move the FG forward, and then I'll yeah, back this out and test the brakes. So I'll just move all my tools out the way, get everything going again, and we'll go for a little bit of a test. Alrighty, so we're gonna go for our actual test drive now. I'm not gonna film the test drive because I don't have anyone to film it for me, and I don't have anywhere to mount my phone where you guys are really gonna see much. apart from like just here, which is, it's kind of boring for you guys. So I'm just gonna take it for a test drive, and I'll see you guys when I get back, if I get back. Hopefully I get back. I'm sure I will. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit. So I made it back home. I'm alive. Brakes working well again. Everything's all good. Yeah, brakes, I have to say, probably a little bit better than what they were before, to be honest. So maybe the old booster had a little bit of that crack in it, and then it's just split it and made it worse. But yeah, brakes are fine. Brakes are working. Wasn't too hard of a job. Glad I didn't have to bleed the system like I thought, but I didn't have to take any of the brake lines off. So I was really happy about that. So yeah, I hope this helps you out, and I hope to give you a bit of an insight on what to do if your brake pedal locks up and you don't have any brakes. So yeah, any questions about this video or any other videos or anything about these types of cars, just leave them in the comments below and I'll answer them. Instagram's at BlazeRedEF. If you want to send me a message on there, be sure to give it a follow. Would really appreciate that. Nitro FGXR6 for that one over there. That's the Insta for that one. Go give that a follow as well if you want to see more of that car. But yeah, any main YouTube inquiries or anything like that, you can put them in the comments, or you can shoot me a message on BlazeRedEF. But yeah, please like, comment, subscribe, invite your friends, invite your family, invite everyone. I'm trying to get out there. Would really appreciate it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope to help you out. So yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video.